It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Wow. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see the show about Renee.
And she looks ready.
Renee.
She looks ready.
She ready. The kids say, well, everybody, we know that you're also ready. Welcome to Backchannel, the only place to listen to, watch, and chat live with the hosts that you are interacting with. So we love so much about the show. You are watching Get On Up with Jam and Renee. I am your breakfast jam for the morning, James Arthur M.
And I am Renee Culver. Jam, good morning. It just occurred to me as you said your breakfast jam for the morning. I was like, I don't have a title. I don't have anything cute before my name. Okay.
Right.
Girl,
you are cute. Renee, you woke up like this, born cute. And Renee,
yes.
you know
Jam.
who else is cute?
Tell me. Let's do a roll call, please.
Would you do the honors this morning, Renee?
Oh, I would love nothing more. I would love nothing more.
I turn down my ring light. Look how hot this is.
You're looking gorgeous. You're looking gorgeous. Get on uppers. You are looking gorgeous. Amanda, so good to see you. Deborah, Verona, Sunny, Angelina, Bella, Rick, Home, Chris, Stacy, Doug, Jay, Nathan, Jennifer, and Cole. We are so happy to have you guys here. Good morning. Good morning.
What a bunch. What a Get On Up bunch. It's so great. We love to see you. And if you've never been here before, we're here every morning right here on Backchannel from 7 to 9 in the morning. And Renee,
yes,
how do they get here and how do they chat with us? What do they do?
Yes, I would love to. So the way that you got here, you know this. You're like, I just did it. I remember you said to your device, open Backchannel. That's how you got here. And then to say hello to us, you simply say the password, say good morning. I'd love to hear it. Everybody, what we're doing.
They're already getting passwords here, you know? The password is say. I love passwords. And we'll say it. Look at that. We're already getting, look at this barrage of messages. Everyone's saying good morning. We've got a good morning from Kate. Good morning, Kate. I hope your day is going well as well. And Jay, love that first starting of your name. Maybe I'm a little narcissistic, but Jay also says, good morning. I love the Jay name. I love it.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Do you have an affinity towards our names? Are you like love my Robertas? You do.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Rebecca's, get on in here. Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. It's like we just love anything that kind of reflects herself. Is Chris. Chris said good morning. Where is Chris hailing from? I'm just curious. Where do we see? Okay. I don't see. Well, Chris, wherever you are, good morning to you and the rest of the Get Up bunch. Renee, it's Thursday. It's Thursday.
It's Friday Eve.
Or as my brother,
yes,
you and my brother have these names for Friday. Aside from Friday, my brother calls it Friday Junior. He's like,
that's adorable.
No, it's really not.
No, I like that.
I don't, because I thought he was calling me Junior, and you know how you misread texts from your siblings.
Sure.
I was like, don't you call me Junior?
I wouldn't
you don't know me.
No, absolutely not. I'm not Friday Junior. But I do think Thursday is Friday Junior, and I'm honored to hang out with him. Chris from Madison, Wisconsin. I love Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. All right, good. We love it. We love it so much. Well, awesome. So we've got an action-packed day today. It is Thirsty Thursday, but not in the typical way. We are going to just morning it up. We're going to rebrand it. The kids won't like it, but they're like, that's not how you do Thursday. Well, we're kicking things off with what are you thirsting for? That's, coming out maybe in media, in movies. That is what we are going to do. Yeah. What else, Renee? What are we going to do today?
Well, I'd love to tell you. So obviously once we cover all the things we're thirsty for, then we're going to have a birthday celebration. We are doing it every single day. Get on uppers if it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. And celebrities, if it's your birthday, we will say happy birthday to you. Tell you all the celebrity birthdays that are happening today.
Oh, we sure will. And then after that, we're going to be, it's my favorite section of the week. Renee's accidental thirst traps. She found things on the internet that she's like, oh, I am thirsty for this. Could it be cupcakes? Could it be clapping seals? Yeah. We'll find out.
Yep. Always. Yes. I always cupcakes and clapping seals. And then maybe something else will be there for you. We're also going to have our Thriving Thursday. What is in the news that is thriving, that we're proud of, that we love? We'll let you know.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you brought to the table today, Renee. And then we've got we're got a Throwback Thursday deep dive continuing on this Black History Month tribute that we've been doing, our Black History Moment. We're gonna take a little bit more time. I'm gonna debunk a lot of times during Black History Month, we all study Rosa Parks, but I don't know what they taught us, Renee, because I'm about to blow y'all mind. You think you know Rosa Parks and you have no idea. I have 5. I'm gonna myth bust. We're gonna myth bust in our Throwback Thursday section. You think you know Rosa Parks, but you have no idea.
No
This is
idea.
the diary of Rosa Parks.
Idea.
You
I
don't
can't
know
wait.
her.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm
ready.
also ready to be humbled by like, oh God, I believed all those myths. And I'll be wrong, but I won't be after this segment. Very excited.
You'll be learning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say it's gonna be perfect for that we're doing this because it's her birthday tomorrow. It would have been her birthday.
Right. Oh, no kidding. Well, happy
Mhm.
birthday. Exactly. Thank goodness we're doing a big old birthday. Thank goodness we're doing a big old birthday. Also going to do a little throwback Thursday. I love this one where we'll just sort of reminisce about our past. Ask some questions of just like, tell me more about yourself as a kid, which is fun for me.
Love it.
I have a good time with it.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. Well, Renee, here we are. Without further ado, we're jumping in and get on uppers again. We want to hear from you. It's not just Renee and I talking. You all are into this as well. So our first one, it's Thirsty Thursdays.
Mhm.
What are you excited about that is coming up? What are you excited about that is coming up, Renee? And also get on
Yes.
uppers. Throwing it to you. What are you excited about that is coming up? Maybe it's, you're like, I'm going to Disneyland or I'm getting married. Lucky for you.
I want to know. Chris in the chat is saying it is 3 degrees where you are. So I'm sure you were
thirsting for some heat.
Thirsting for some heat, thirsting to stay inside, thirsting to just not leave the house. If it were 3 degrees,
Oh no, that seems like that
Jason.
should be illegal. I'd like to outlaw that.
So 3 degrees where Chris is, -3 degrees where Jay is. You guys, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? I can't handle it.
We don't like that. We don't like that.
But Jim, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I'd love to throw it to you first because I think I have a tech thing that I just gave to our producer editor.
Okay, you want to work on that. Okay, you want to work on that. Okay, well, I would love to tell you guys.
Wait, never mind, she's ready. Just kidding. No, you go. I'll go. I'm sorry, Renee. Back to me. Okay.
Okay, please do. Yes.
No. I'm kidding. This is what it's like to do a show with me.
It's an absolute delight. You guys, it is also Trash Thursday, so please excuse.
What I love about your neighborhood, y'all keep it clean. Y'all get the trash on the Tuesday. Y'all get the trash on the Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't see you on Sunday, so I can only imagine it go out.
It also goes on Thursday. Yeah. So I think if it's a trash on Tuesday and recycling on Thursday. Point is, we're getting it cleaned up. We're getting it cleaned up.
Yep.
So things that I am thirsting for, that I am looking forward to. I want you Get On Uppers to be my friend. I want you to love me. But as the show continues, you will find that I am your very dorky senior aunt. Just an aunt who loves the simple things in life, including but not limited to Dolly Parton. I love her so. I will follow her to the ends of the earth. Whatever Dolly gives me, I will say, yes, Dolly, yes, please, more. So Dolly Parton has partnered with Duncan Hines, and she is creating a cake mix for me. Sarah's so on the ball. So there's Dolly. She's making cake. It's so exciting. I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon.
I'm going to time out because you prefaced this. Dolly Parton is making a cake mix for me.
For me. She did it for me. She didn't call to say I'm doing it, so I can only assume it's a surprise. But I do think she had old RC in mind when she put together this cake mix. So she's partnered with Duncan Hines to make sort of like Southern comfort desserts, which are wonderful. And I've tripped over myself. The dog got pushed out of the way. Meetings were canceled. Tripped over myself to sign up for this cake mix at Duncan Hines. Hold on, Sarah, if you please, do you mind showing this next clip?
wait,
yeah.
there's so much information. I'm surprised, like, you signed up. You've
Yeah.
already signed up. You just okay,
Well,
great.
no,
Renee's
Jam,
already
if you
there.
could get on Uppers, take a deep, deep look into this photo, you will see that it's $40 plus shipping. And then because we are in the frame, you can't quite see it, but just to the right of that, it says, Jam, I can't even read it.
I bet it
Sold
says your name.
out. It says sold
Oh
out.
no,
It
Renee.
was sold out in like 30 minutes.
Oh,
Turns out there's a lot of Dolly Parton fans out there, and we all ripped over the dog to order Dolly Parton's new baking kit that is
the poor
coming for us.
tugboat.
I
So
know.
tugboat got pushed for nothing.
It just
And
pushed right away.
how
Yeah.
heartbreaking, because I thought she made it just for you, but apparently she made it for
You
a
would
lot of
think
people.
for the
Yeah.
whole team. So if listen, you can put your email in, and they will say we will notify you when it's back in stock. But can I tell you? Can I tell you what you're going to get
What? Please tell
when
me.
once it does come in? So yes, okay, Jam, you have further
Well,
follow up
I
questions. Yes.
sorry. I just wanted to share with you some good news because you seem so sad. And
Yeah.
Tim our good friend Tim,
Yeah.
from New Hampshire, shared with us that she's going to be inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year.
Right.
So maybe I'm sure they're going to be like, we got to get more of this cake mix out because she's about to blow up even more. So
She's
just
about to be part of
just
all of
wait.
it.
Yeah.
She's okay. So Tim, this is very comforting to me. It's a big month for Dolly, and we're all very happy for her. I am personally concerned with getting myself a hold of this Dolly cake mix because with it, you get a little Dolly apron, you get a little Dolly spatula, you get all the accoutrement. In addition to the flavors are so it's a Southern style banana cake mix, a Southern style coconut cake mix, creamy buttercream frosting, and creamy chocolate frosting. Now, I have gone on record numerous times on this show saying I do not cook. So this will be a disaster. It is not going to go well. But with Dolly on the cover, how can I not? How can I not?
You got that DoorDash pass like me. I am single-handedly keeping DoorDash in business. Yeah, that's it. Well, Renee, what a
Yes.
journey you've been on. And
Thank
was this just all yesterday? And you know, and you're still thirsty. You
Still
are
thirsty.
like still thirsty, not quenched at
Yeah.
all. She's
I know.
parched out in the
I know.
desert.
I know.
Dolly, I know you're out there.
Yeah. My get on
I
uppers.
know.
Are you also Dolly fans? I feel like yes.
Yeah,
Say
I feel like
yeah,
you got-
duh, Renee.
I
Yeah.
don't think that it's possible to not.
not be.
Everybody loves Dolly. I mean, she's
No.
big in the Black community. I mean, her wig game is on point. So game
Mhm.
recognized game, okay? And she's just been a big and she's such an ally for everybody. She's just like, oh yeah, like okay, like let's not be terrible to queer people. They're humans. Let's not be
Right.
terrible to Black people. They're also human. Surprise, right? She's there for everybody. She also was like,
normal.
let's get everybody vaccinated. She was like,
Yeah.
put a bunch of money into it.
Look, breaking news. Breaking news.
Chris did some research with you. Look at it's the village here on Get On Up.
Chris.
Renee, please tell the Get On Uppers what the
Chris,
breaking
you
news.
have just saved the day, and maybe the dog who's just like, stop tripping over me to sign up for things. According to Siri, Duncan Hines cake mixes will be sold in stores starting in March.
Okay.
So I just have to wait 1 month. Just 1 month for me. Okay.
Just in time.
Okay.
Perfect
Chris,
timing.
this is
It's Women's History Month, so it's perfect. We're rolling it all out,
I cannot wait. And I also appreciate, Chris, that I've outsourced the research to my Get On Uppers, but I appreciate you and thank you for letting me know that. As of right now, I just need to cry at the devastation that the internet told me sold out.
You might need to, give Tugboat some love because remember there was a pushin that came. Renee. I want to welcome. We've had a few people join. We've got Jeff, who's just joined, first time on Get On Up. Welcome, and Michael and Kobe, welcome back to Get On Up. All right, so I've got what I'm thirsty for.
Yes, tell me.
I am so thirsty. So Viola Davis just released the first photo from a new movie that she's going to be in. I remember this movie got announced back when Black Panther came out. They're like, we're doing this movie. It's called The Woman King, and this is the first shot of it. Now, this movie, it's a historical movie about the Woman King. And it's essentially, it is based on the real life events in the kingdom of the Daomi in the 18th and 19th century. And it tells the story of Nanissa, who she plays. Viola Davis. She's the general of the all-female military unit known as the Amazons, and her daughter Naui, who together fought the French and neighboring tribes who violated their honor and enslaved their people and threatened to destroy everything they lived for. This movie is coming at ya. And
Yeah.
it got announced after Black Panther, and so we were all
Mhm.
for it. And what I love is that we're starting to finally dive into there's such amazing storytelling and folklore from the African continent. You have like it's it's where life all began. There's so many
Yes.
amazing stories. We're going to talk about actually later on in the month. We have a story about how you've ever heard of Andromeda.
Of course. Yeah.
Right. Surprise, she was black. She was an Ethiopian princess, and she has been completely whitewashed over time, right? So you have all these people like the Moors. There's just so much, and then there's even just like African myths and folklore, which has been appropriated over time. And so now it's just really amazing to see these actual stories being told. So Viola Davis is in it. It's directed by Gina Prince Bythewood. So if you saw The Old Guard, that was her.
Okay.
For Love and Basketball, she directed that. Beyond the Lights, she directed that. She just powerhouse. So looking forward to this. I couldn't be. I couldn't
Oh, that's
be thirstier.
incredible. Do we
Couldn't be
have
thirstier.
so they've just really probably not. I bet they don't have a release date just yet of when it's coming out.
We do.
Hmm.
Oh, we do. Yes.
Okay.
Moisten those lips and get ready, Renee.
No, I'm so sorry. Yep, that is our catchphrase here. Moisten those lips and get ready.
Put it on a pillow.
It's 7 a.m.
What I love there was just like, so you're like, just tell me what's going on.
Just-
It's like, you gotta get ready. You're so thirsty. Your lips are dry. Tell me when the
yes, parched. Yes, tell me.
I got you. Don't you worry. Your dry lips. I got you.
I don't think I like it.
I'm sorry, Renee. What I appreciate is Renee will always let me know. Because sometimes I'm always wondering, I'm like, did I go too far, Renee? But you'll tell me. You will tell me. You will tell me.
I'll break down in tears and say, I don't think I like it. And then you'll be like, well, she was subtle about it, but I feel like maybe she didn't love that. Yeah.
Okay. Back to the point. So it's coming out September of this year. So there we go.
Very exciting.
Nice?
Okay.
I'm excited.
I love it.
Well,
I love it. We'll be there.
Get your chapstick. Let's do it.
I can't wait. Yeah, get your chapstick. That's the most important part.
All right. Well, Renee, it's time for
And
the birthday song?
They say it's your birthday, but that's not the one we want. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Just canoeing away.
Going.
Canoeing away.
I'm just out in my canoe dance. All right. It is time for celebrity birthdays. That's right, folks. Celebrity birthdays.
Pew, pew.
Yeah, what did we decide? Oh yeah, pew pew pew. We don't like to do the finger guns.
Right.
Don't want to do it. Even if you're like, but it's lasers. I don't know. Is it?
Oh, I could probably work with lasers or water guns. But a tip of the hat is fun. We're having a good time.
Tip of the hat. It's fun. It's like, what are they doing? I don't get it. They're weird. Welcome.
Yeah, what is it? February 3rd. Okay, so if your birthday is February 3rd and you are a celebrity, we are celebrating you today.
Absolutely. We're going to celebrate you, and we're going to quiz you, the audience, to see how well you know these celebrities, both living and gone on to their next stage of this wild universe. So our first one would have been died at the age of 72. I don't have the math of how old she would have been today, so y'all can help me out here. But it's Gertrude Stein. Gertrude Stein. Yes, we've got
I love it.
We got a photo, Gertrude Stein. We're gonna put up do we have the photos there? Oh wait, Keith. All right. So it would have been her birthday. Y'all know Gertrude Stein? Y'all know? Do you know Gertrude Stein? Are you familiar with Gertrude Stein?
Novelist? Writer?
That's it. A novelist, yes. A novelist from way back when. So I've got a question for you. So she, I have it here. It's coming. She, okay. Okay. I got two questions for you. What year? You don't really know. You can help. Look, Chris knows who Gertrude Stein is.
Chris is good. Chris has all the answers. Chris, so helpful.
Chris is, you're the honorary Get On Up co-host today. Okay, so she moved to Paris at one point. What year as a child? What year did she move to Paris?
Okay, sure. Died at 72, no longer with us. Moved to Paris, 1943. Final answer.
Yep. Let's see. It was 1903. 1903.
It's bad connection. I did say 1903. Sometimes the connection makes it seem like you say 40 before, but I didn't. I said 1903.
Yes, it was 1903. She's been gone a long time ago. Like she lived a long time ago. She was actually she was known for being she's a queer novelist and known for A Rose is a Rose is a Rose. So you've heard some of her hits. Okay. All right, how about this?
Yeah.
She didn't let her terrible what stop her from contributing to the war effort. She didn't let the war. There was the big old World War I. She was helping out in World War I.
Love this.
She didn't let her terrible what stop her from driving. She didn't let her terrible what stop her from contributing to the war effort.
Okay, I'm going to say husband. Her terrible husband who was in the way.
Okay.
But she was queer. So, but it was also then. I don't know. Maybe I'm so good. Yeah. Get on uppers. Do you have thoughts on this? And also, we're coming in with these facts. Can you confirm there was a movie, Midnight in Paris, about her? Kathy Bates played her. All true. All right.
And look at that. Tim be knowing. He said 19, or they said 1912. So at least was. What did you say again, Renee?
I said 1943, and the answer was 1903. So Tim's closer. Tim wins.
I'm definitely closer. Price is Right rules. All right. She didn't let her terrible driving stop her from contributing to the war effort. She was a bad driver, but she was like, I gotta help.
Hilarious.
Here's
what's
fun.
Very funny.
So
yes.
neither Stein nor her partner Alice B. Toklas, so not her husband Renee, but I get it. You're like, but
it was back then, and so sometimes you have secret. Okay, all right,
but not her. Out and proud. So in fact, you know what?
Love
Let's put a pin in it. Producer Sarah, put a pin. We're gonna do a whole Women's History Month this next month, so we're both gonna learn about Gertrude Stein because I'm not as familiar either. So
great.
Hold on, Sarah's making a note. March, we'll dive in. But here's what happened. When they volunteered for the American Fund for the French Wounded, an organization that helped soldiers in France during World War I, they had to provide and drive their own supply of vehicles. And so the couple, her and her boo, ordered a Ford truck from the U.S., and Stein took driving lessons from her friend William Edwards Cook. And then she and her boo would drive for miles to bring supplies to the French hospitals. Oh, like this.
So sweet. Yeah, because you are, I want to make sure we all have the exact, well, okay. All right. I mean, James has created the visual, but before you created the visual, I was thinking of Cruella de Vil, where she's like, and the steering wheel's above her head.
But with such good intentions, right?
Yeah,
like you do
Love
like
it.
when the headline is she didn't let her terrible driving stop her from contributing to the war effort. You do just like manic driver, but with good intentions. Like we
Absolutely.
supplies. She got supplies. And Kobe bringing this in, James, she crazy. So there it is. It is. All right, next one. We got a few more. All right.
Okay. Happy birthday to Gertrude Stein.
Okay. Happy birthday, Gertrude Stein. Died at 72. That's a long life. Good. I can only hope. All right, so it is Ayanna Pressley's birthday here, turning 48 today. I think we do have a photo of Ayanna Pressley here. Question about Ayanna Pressley: what state does she serve? What state does she serve? She is currently in the House of Representatives. What state does Ayanna Pressley serve?
It's a great question. Get on uppers. Here we go. Standing by, waiting for you to tell me the correct answer. And again, to do that, all you have to do, because Jam can't see you, is you Google it. And then you tell me the answer in the comments by saying, Tim says New York. I like that. Kobe says, what did you say? I said, Google it. If you could just Google real quick. I'm gonna get here's my plan. Here's my big, long-term plan. I get the Get Up on Uppers on my side. I create an alliance. And they know to Google for me and tell me the answer. And then that way.
Googling. That's not how we get on up. We are a show of integrity, Renee. Okay. I know you want to win.
Kobe says Washington, D.C. Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather lose graciously?
Yeah. I also think, oh boy, you guys. Okay, so we've got Washington D.C., New York, Pennsylvania. I will say this: that anytime you learn the answer via
Yeah.
conversation, it sticks with you longer than if you Google.
Yeah.
So I will
See?
learn more if I do it this
Exactly.
way. Chris
Yeah.
says Massachusetts. Oh boy. Okay.
There's
Well,
not
what's
a
nice is we're not
consensus.
a consensus.
Yeah.
Geez, I feel like New York gets a lot of publicity, and so we would know. I'm going to go. Sure, Massachusetts. Why not?
Well, there we go. I think we have a new rule.
Yeah.
Always listen to Chris because Chris be knowing Massachusetts
You're
is the right
kidding.
answer.
You're
Yeah.
kidding, Chris.
And she's
Very
also the
helpful.
first Black woman from this state to serve in Congress. So pioneer, 48.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Well, happy 48th birthday. That's a lot. You got a lot done in 48 years. That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All right.
Impressive.
All right. Our next one is it's Daddy Yankee's birthday. Turning 46. Daddy
Oh,
Yankee.
yeah. Okay.
All right. Fun fact: his real name is Ramon Luis Ayala Rodriguez. So
Okay.
he was not born Daddy Yankee.
No.
He's actually Ramon Luis Ayala Rodriguez. All right. The question is, what music genre did he coin the term of? There's a music genre out there, but he's the one that coined this term.
Let's see. Okay. Again, you guys, I would love to do this together as a team. My get on uppers. Daddy Yankee, what music genre did he coin the term of? Okay. Need to familiarize myself with this genre. Kobe says rock.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Had never been mentioned before until then. Yeah.
Which I like.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
He coined it in 1994.
94. What was happening in 94?
This music genre.
Well, of course. All right. Do we have any other suggestion? Stacy. So happy.
Welcome, Stacy. Just in time. We're celebrating Daddy Yankee's birthday. Turned 46. We're looking for what music genre did Daddy Yankee coin the term of?
Coin the term of 94. I think I was still jumping around, jump to so I'll say crisscross will make you jumping. So I'm going to say crisscross will make you jump music.
Okay, as a music genre, and Kobe's going in with heavy metal, Chris locking in with reggaeton, and once again, we've got a winner chicken dinner. Reggaeton is the correct answer.
Reggaeton, Chris.
Daddy Yankee in 1994 described the new music genre that was emerging from Puerto Rico that synthesized American hip hop, Latin Caribbean music, and Jamaican reggae rhythms with Spanish rapping and singing. So again, when we also think about the Latinx diaspora, it's so diverse. Like you have people from the Caribbean, down even in South America. Like it is not a monolith, and so sometimes you have like Afro Latinos who are not credited with their contributions to the Latinx communities. So Daddy Yankee, happy birthday, coined the term in our lifetime. That's kind of crazy.
That's very cool.
New music genre.
Cool. All right, I'm creating a list on Spotify right now.
There we go. All right, 2 more birthdays. Our next one, you know where you love her. Amalia Clooney is turning 44 today. Oh, that's
look at that. We love Amalia Clooney.
Amal Clooney. All right. So she might be married to George Clooney, but she is her own woman, and she can do what in both the U.S. and England? What can she do? She is her own woman, and she can do this thing.
Am I right in that she's a lawyer? So can she lawyer in both? Can she represent clients, practice law in both? Okay, Tim says I think. Well, Tim said practice law, but I'm probably going to go with she can lawyers. Be a lawyer. Chris also agrees.
Lawyer it up.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going with?
Yep.
Nice consensus. Yeah.
Get on uppers agree. See, Chris knew that without cheating. I believe you, Chris.
Does that mean that you were cheating on the other one?
Nope, absolutely not. Nope. If I know Chris, and I think I do, there was no cheating. There was no cheating.
To the reggaeton one, and even Doug is agreeing.
Doug agrees.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, all right. There's nice consensus around practicing law or lawyering. We're gonna give it to you, Renee. We're gonna round up. It is. She can practice both law in the U.S. and England.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Exactly. I love it.
All right, here we go. Actually, we have. Sorry, we're gonna burn through these. Two more. All right. Here we go. It is. What's her name? Blythe Danner. Can we give it Blythe Danner? Yes. All right. So she starred as the mom in this Ben Stiller movie trilogy series. She starred as the mom. And bonus question: who is her very famous daughter? So 2 questions there. Back together.
Okay. I
First
know
one,
this.
she starred as the mom in this Ben Stiller movie trilogy series. And bonus question: who is her very famous daughter?
Okay. All right, guys. So I know the famous daughter. If you guys want to help me out with the movie, so the famous daughter is Gwyneth Paltrow. Isn't that crazy?
Locking that in.
All right. So Gwyneth Paltrow is her kiddo, and then the Ben Stiller Meet the Parents. I think you're right. Tim says Meet the Parents and Gwyneth Paltrow. Jay says Gwyneth Paltrow. I love this. I feel like Meet the Parents is right. Do everybody agree? Get on uppers. Meet the Parents. Was she in Meet the Parents? Isn't it funny what brains will do when social media comes into play? You're like, nothing. I retain nothing. I know nothing. I think that's right. Get on uppers. Are we good with that? Meet the Parents from Doug. Okay, so we have 2 Meet the Parents, 3 Gwyneth Paltrows, a yes from Jay. Okay, so final answer from me and the Get on Uppers. Meet the Parents, Gwyneth Paltrow. Sold.
Ding, ding, ding. Y'all are doing it this morning. Doing it this morning. I do want to give Chris's shout out to saying, hey, there's nothing cheating about research. I don't know.
Chris
I feel like if I was
Chris is right. Chris is right.
I was taking my SATs and I was just like, oh, I'm just doing some research. Oh, I'm just looking at it's doing research right now. It's not cheating. I'm researching.
That's all. Just researching the answers. I think it's resourceful and good. Yeah. Chris, I also didn't know there were 3 Meet the Parents. I thought there was only 2. Because I thought it was Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and then I don't know what the other one was.
I think with the kid, there was another one, like still meeting they're still the Fockers.
Right, meet the baby.
Okay. Yes, and then, all right, last one.
Ready.
Nathan Lane turning.
Yay.
She was 79 today. Is 79
Happy birthday, Blythe Danner.
Nathan Lane is turning 66. Here it is. This is so great. Nathan Lane, 66. What movie did he star in opposite the late Robin Williams?
Yeah, I love. The Little Fockers. Okay, that's cute. That's a cute thing. Is it Stacy? Hello, we're so happy to see you.
We said hello to you as you came in, Stacy. As soon as you came in, Renee was.
But you got to give a proper. You got to get a proper. And okay, so this one I know, but get on uppers. Let's do it together. Let's do it together as a team. So Nathan Lane starred in what movie with the brilliant Robin Williams? Think about it. I think we have one answer in here that is correct. Jay is saying Birdcage. I agree. How do we feel? Yep, Tim also agrees with the Birdcage. Good. I'm going to wait for 3. I'm going to wait for 3 people to be like, yeah, Renee, it's Birdcage. We all know.
She doesn't want to risk her root. You're on a winning streak, and Renee doesn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, we got to do it. We got to do it. I love it. Okay,
we're gonna do it.
This says Birdcage. Tim says Birdcage.
Do you think Birdcage? Are you with
Renee
us? Renee
says Birdcage. I think we can do it.
All right,
the Birdcage.
Go with the Birdcage. It is true. Do you know Nathan Lane and Chris also? Look here, go off. All right, Chris, y'all.
Yeah, happy birthday.
It wasn't Mrs. Doubtfire though.
That would have been
Harvey Firestone. Harvey Firestone played the gay uncles for The Makeover.
Went
over my head. Yeah, very close. Do you know how many Tony nominations he has?
7.
Close, Renee. 6. Renee is a Broadway baby. If there's one thing she knows, it's her Broadway. Because you were like, oh, he was robbed. That one.
Yeah, should have had one more. That's amazing. Well, happy 66th birthday to Nathan Lane. I love it
so much. All right. Well, now we're going to switch gears over to my favorite segment of the week. You're like, James, you say that all the time. But you know what? In the moment, this is the one. It's accidental thirst traps.
I love it. Accidental thirst traps. So you guys, this is stuff that I have found on Instagram, and I think I'm going to branch out because this week was hard. That I was just like, well, all my thirst traps have been thirsted, so we're going to have to branch out into just things I love on the internet. These are things that are not sexual in any way, shape, or form, but I love it, and I want to be. It's either I want to be friend. No, it's always I want to be friends. I want to be friends with this person. Is a thirst trap to me. So
Platonic.
Yeah. The first one, I created this phrase. Get on uppers. Let me know if you've heard this phrase before. I don't know if I've created it or it's something that actually exists, but I am aesthetically oblivious. Meaning, so like when you see something that you're like, oh, that goes together. That looks nice. I don't have it. I can't do it in fashion. I can't do it in interior design. I just don't have the skills to pay the bills.
I don't know. I like those curtains. I like that painting. I like that hoodie. I don't know, Renee. Agree to disagree.
Very kind. That's very, very kind.
Disagree.
Do you want to hear how all of this happened? Well, the paintings are because I love national parks. So that was easy. I love national parks. The curtains showed up to my apartment to the person who previously lived here. And I tried to give it back to them and they didn't respond. So I just kept them. So the person who lived here before me had good taste.
Okay, all right. You're like, oh, nope. They never come back.
I can't. Yeah, so I tried to.
Okay, would they get kidnapped?
I tried to reach out to them, but they didn't say anything, and I certainly won't be talking to the company about it. So I just kept their good taste curtains. Okay, but you get it that I am not great at aesthetics. So this one is so just mesmerizing to me. It is a group on Instagram, and they're called The Color Key. And what they do is they look at people's faces, and they tell you if you're a spring or a fall or a winter, and they tell you the clothes that you're supposed to wear that go with it, that make it reflect. And Sarah, the image that I gave you on this is it's like a when you would go to the photo booth. So it might be too long to show on here, but it's really fascinating to me to watch over and over again. So like you can sort of see, I didn't do a great job showing it, but like, so my gals on the top portion she's wearing like a pastel, and it just sort of like washes her out a little bit, but then you bring in the green and it just like makes her eyes pop. And then the client that's on the bottom there is wearing like same thing, like a light pastel, but then you put in like a blue, and it's just, yeah. So Sarah really made I forgive me, Sarah. I'm making it real hard on you.
Sarah's like, let me try zooming in.
Yeah, let me try, but it's so fascinating to me. So what I've done is I've tried to find the people who look like me and copied the same colors that they wear. So the girl that has brown hair and hazel eyes wears maroon and royal blue and forest green a lot. And I'll be ding danged if it doesn't help a little bit.
Do you find that those are your colors?
I feel like my face looks better when I wear them. It's more bright. Do you know what your colors are? Do you partake in this?
I don't have a bad color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should have known.
But I'm privy to blues. I love a blue, and I'm not sure if it's on a water side. I love the scale of blues. Big fan. I don't wear a lot of red, but I've been looking good in red. I stay away from yellow. I stay away from yellow as much,
Right.
I don't have a lot of green. Although I was wearing green yesterday.
So you can do it, but it's interesting how I do think it, because people wear an outfit, and a lot of times it's because the color of the outfit is complementing the tones of your skin. So I don't know. I like it. Yeah. It's fun for me to watch, and I can't retain any of it, but it's interesting. And I love it.
This is great. Did you sign up for this? You were like, I can't get a Dolly Parton cake.
I haven't.
You're going to tell me for the colors.
They're also sold out. I'm on a waiting list.
Renee, you're kidding. Tell me you're kidding.
I'm having the worst luck.
Sold out. Don't they just tell you what your favorite? They're sold out. They're sold out of people to tell you what your colors are.
Yeah, they're sold out of sessions. Because everybody, I know.
Did this also happen to you yesterday?
I was having a bad day yesterday. Yeah. Yeah.
Mercury's still in retrograde. It's the last day, Renee. So
Yeah.
let's try Monday.
Again
You're
tomorrow.
like,
Let's try again tomorrow.
Mercury, I can't get a cake.
I can't get
a
in.
new outfit.
I can't get a new outfit. I'm useless. I need help. So I love them. I love the color key. I feel is very useful to me, and I'm hoping to get a session with them so that they can help me. All right, are you ready for number? Now we all know this number 2 one that I love so much. But Cirque du Soleil's Instagram, the talent. It is. I just can't handle it. So this is what the Instagram looks like. If you look at the top left over here, what they're now doing is they're putting GoPros on the acrobat's head, and so you will watch a video of just like, whoa, and you like see the ceiling, see the floor, see the ceiling, see the floor, see the ceiling, see the floor. Like it is just so crazy how many rotations that they do. And then this guy over here is doing hand walking, but on a treadmill. The gal in the middle is doing her whole routine on top of a Jeep. Wow. It's just amazing. The athleticism of these sweet kiddos it's incredible. It's nuts.
These are really good thirst traps, actually, Renee, because they're doing like their talent, and she's like on a G. It's like not like in the show necessarily. It's like in everyday things or something. Wow. Did you have it? Because you were. Tell me if I'm being triggering, and you can tell me to stop. No. But we learned yesterday that you were a magician's assistant, and
I sure was.
It didn't go well. You got stuck in a box.
I got stuck in a box.
Let go. Did you maybe have an aspiration at some point to like? Because you're also a dancer. Yeah. Did you also have like an aspiration to do like Cirque du Soleil at some point?
Yeah, absolutely. I did gymnastics as a kid, but I was never any sort of athleticism that I have has been acquired by hours and hours and hours of practice that did not come naturally. So, yeah.
That's what it takes sometimes. Like it's the 10,000 hours. There's the 10,000 hours. As my acting instructor used to say, is the kid that has, the natural talent doesn't practice. The person who just has the heart and the dream and they put the hours in, who's going to get the better? Same thing like with music. Natural talent only gets you through the door, but you got to walk up the stairs.
You got to walk up. You got to walk on up. And then, so Chris is saying that they saw the Beatles Cirque du Soleil show in Vegas. Is everyone familiar with Cirque du Soleil? Have we seen what they do? Like, it's similar to the Olympics where you start watching and then your head just slowly goes a little bit more to the side, like a dog trying to understand, like, how do human bodies do that? Like, it's crazy.
Can I be honest? I'm not here to yuck your yum.
No, please yuck my yum. Yuck it.
No. I won't yuck your yum. I'll just let you know that, like, circus like kind of freaks me out. First of all, I don't really do well with circus in general. I know they're not like, but they still call it circus. So I'm already guard up, right?
Sure.
Terrified of clowns. Did not have a good time at Ringling Brothers as a child. Nightmare. So I'm already going in there with that, and I just don't know what's gonna happen. Just because, like, it's weird. Maybe I don't go to enough circi. Is that what it is? What's the plural?
Sure. Yeah, the plural of circus is circi. We all know. Yes.
I've not been to enough circi. I'm not, well versed in the world of circi. Right. So I maybe just don't used to. I'm creeped. I can do theater. I grew up in the theater. I know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a show over there. If I don't know, someone's gonna like pop up over here, and then they're doing the weird bendy arms. I can't. Like, I will say, I had to turn away watching The Tragedy of Macbeth, starring Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand, because there's the witches, and there's this one woman who plays the three witches, but she's like at the beginning, she's like bendy, and I'm like, just gonna look over here as I'm eating my dinner. I can't. It's I don't know. So maybe the Beatles one, it feels like it's less bendy and more Beatlesy. So I think similar to you, like, how you have to have me watch shows because you're scared, So
we'd have
to go to the show and tell me if I can handle it. Is it too bendy?
Yeah. Is it too much? Tim verified. It's like Cats when the cast attacks the crowd at the end.
Oh, that happened? Spoiler. Ooh, see, Well, I'm allergic to cats. This is triggering.
Oh
It's
God, I
triggering.
wish that was cats. What I would give.
I
That's very funny.
accidentally saw the movie Cat. I blame Cats for the pandemic. It was the last movie to come out in theaters, and then the pandemic hit.
I'm gonna have
The universe was like, "You lost your movie rights. You're
no,
not doing this,
no. If
people."
that's what you're gonna do, certainly not. I think you were singing the tune of several people. I think a lot of people's last movie in the theater was Cats.
Oh,
And it
well, I
is.
didn't go to the theater. I was
Oh,
doing a podcast, and it was required that we had to watch. We
I
each
see.
had to like submit a movie that we were like, "This is underrated and awesomely bad." And one of the
Sure.
panelists submitted that we had to watch it, and
Okay.
it was awful. Don't
Could
see it,
you
please. Don't see it.
align? Okay, I was gonna say, could you align with underrated, or you think it is properly
No,
rated?
it's just bad. And they just like shoehorn Jennifer Hudson and pretty much have her play like Effie from
Mm,
Dreamgirls, but in a
okay.
cat suit. And she's like, I'm telling you, I'm a kitty cat. And you, I'm in this balloon. And they put her in a balloon and she flies away. And that balloon's gonna pop and die. It's a weird movie. Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Delightful.
It's wild.
Oh,
It's so sad.
okay.
We have so much Andrew Lloyd Webber music and not enough Jonathan Larson taken too soon. I'm
I
not
know.
saying
I know. I know.
I'm not saying take Andrew Lloyd Webber instead. I'm just saying it's
Right.
unfortunate.
Well, yeah, but it is unfortunate.
Right?
And do a little flippity flop, if we could, please. Okay, so all right, and then get on uppers. I guess before we get out of Cirque du Soleil, I'm curious, how do you feel about clowns and bindi people? Yes or no?
Renee, what? Oh, I can't
Don't like the
get
bindi people. You don't like
get
it.
the
Okay.
image.
Okay,
Clowns
sorry.
and bendy people, bendy clowns. Renee, what are they doing next? Writing on a chalkboard? Renee,
Yeah.
nightmare.
Not your favorite. Not your
I
favorite.
can't even
Not your
handle chalk.
favorite.
I can't even touch chalk.
Okay.
Thank goddess schools quickly moved to whiteboards because otherwise
Right.
I wouldn't have been able to do anything in school.
You couldn't
I would've failed.
handle it. You
can't
couldn't handle it. Okay. Well, I know. I think we've learned. I
Ugh.
am going to need to get you a new birthday present because I definitely got
Brought
you a
me-
ticket to the brand new Cirque show, Clowns and Bindi People.
Writing on a chalkboard.
Okay,
I can't
that's
go,
fair.
Renee.
That's
I will
fair.
I will do anything for you, but I won't do that. To
No,
quote
and I
my
can.
favorite artist, Meatloaf.
Yes. And I let's see. We like Bindi People and we like clowns. Stacey says.
Stacey has a bigger
Okay.
heart than I do. We know
True.
I'm a bitter queen. I'm the bitter
You were
queen of
not
San
better.
Francisco. I don't
You
like
were
much.
certainly not better.
You
You were
all
certainly
know I
not
don't
better.
like a lot of things. I don't like fun. I don't like art.
Can't do it. I can't do it. I won't do it. You cannot
Can you
make me.
please cleanse my
Yes.
palate.
Yes, I would love
give
nothing
me
more, and I
another
think I
thirst
can,
trap.
and I think I can fix it. So I also love following vacation destinations, which I will probably never go to. I will probably never be able to afford such a thing, but I love following them because they're so fun. So there is an account called Discover Soniva, and it is various location destinations in the Maldives and in Thailand. And Sarah, if we could just take a quick look, these are hotels, hotel rooms, and this whole thing is your room, and it has a water slide into the ocean. Every single room has a water slide into the ocean. Jam.
Where is this? In the
Yeah.
Maldives?
In the
We have to do
Maldives.
it. We have
In
to
the
go. We
Right?
will be
I
recording next
know.
week.
This is the dream, right?
I
We're
was
on
gonna
location
say,
from the
this
Maldives.
is
Yeah.
we're recording live from here on
Yeah.
the slide.
I know.
This is like my childhood dream. I've always dreamed
Yes.
of like a treehouse clubhouse with
Yeah.
a water slide that goes into the water. It's like Swiss Family Robinson. They were
Mhm.
living the life. They were
Exactly.
living the life.
Because when you were a kid, they were like, oh, design your own house. And you're like, well, obviously there's a pizza parlor, or clearly there's a water slide. And this is, I can't confirm if there is a pizza parlor in each room, but to look at, because when I first saw it, I was just like, oh, that's the hotel. But then they zoomed out. And again, you have to look very, very closely, but you can see that each one of these little huts has their own water slide into the ocean. It's
I love
just,
it.
it's just
That's so
I know.
amazing. I wonder, do you know why the Swiss Family Robinson had a treehouse over in the water? Did their plane crash? I don't understand.
Great question. I don't know. Get on uppers. Do you know, how did the Swiss Family Robinson get into that treehouse in the first place? Does that seem right? Or were they just like, I'd love to live in a tree? Who's to say? Who is to say? All right, get on uppers. How are we feeling? We doing okay? Do you guys have time for one more? Can you make one more for you? Now you know it's going to be food based because you know I love my snacks. Sarah, if you could please go to my final destination. This is a bakery in Los Angeles called Delusions Cookies. Get on up. Are you guys cookie people? Are you cookies? Are you sweet treats type of folks? If you could just tell me, say chocolate chip, say oatmeal raisin, say snickerdoodle, whatever your favorite cookie is. I would love to know. So this delicious bakery in Los Angeles has not only my very favorite cookie, which is it's a snickerdoodle cookie, but they call it like a cream cinnamon. It's the very, very best. Jim, I know that you don't love sweets, but I'm curious if you could work with either of these snickerdoodle cookies. Yeah, maybe you could do it. Yeah. Okay.
Renee, I'm a cookie monster. That is the character I identify the most on the side. In fact, didn't realize that like growing up, you just would buy, I would eat all the cookies, right? You buy a pack of Oreos and you eat them all. You buy a pack of like Chips Ahoy, and then like as an adult, you go to like a bakery, and the cookies are so huge, and they expect you to buy one cookie. I'm like, this is insane. I need like a ton,
multiple,
like
so many cookies.
Yeah, no, I'm a cookie monster. I would eat everything up there as long as there's no peanuts. So that's my stipulation.
Sure. Okay, all right. I think we can. Yes.
I had a snickerdoodle the other day. On my Treat Yourself Tuesday, I ran over. There's a place in the Castro called Hot Cookie, and I got myself a bunch of hot cookies.
Come on, can you finish the rest of the show, and I will grab a flight, and we will go there for lunch.
I will warn you, the cookies. It's so weird. It's called Hot Cookie. The cookies are absolutely delicious. The cookies are never hot.
No.
But I live 3 blocks away. I buy them. I come home, pop them in the microwave. Oh, they fresh.
Yeah, and then
20 seconds.
Hot. Yeah,
that's all you need.
It's the best. Isn't it funny how little cookies need in the microwave? Just a quick 10 seconds. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Otherwise, you will be so sad because you're like, nothing is worse than burnt microwave. You know, it's not really fixable. Sometimes you burn something in the oven, you can kind of like it's charred. You like, you can kind of get some of the charred. Burnt microwave, that's science.
There's no coming back from that. And it gets hotter than anything the sun has ever seen. It is ridiculous. Get on uppers are chiming in that they like chocolate chip cookies. A chocolate chip from Doug, a chocolate chip from Colby. Chris loves a snickerdoodle. The other thing that was on that photo that I want to run by everyone, because I am obsessed with these, but I don't think it's a popular opinion, is a blondie. So they've got the brownies. It's made with chocolate, but blondies are made with butterscotch. I love them so much. They're my favorite. Could you work with a blondie? Or I don't know if there's peanuts in it or not.
Make a note. I've never had one before. I like the thing that you were saying earlier about a brownie. What was that? Go back to that.
Well, you like a brownie. Okay.
Yeah. Like a brownie cookie? Is that a thing? Where can I get one?
We can make that. We can absolutely make that a thing. Absolutely. Okay. But yeah, this delicious bakery in Los Angeles is so good.
Well, and I'm gonna go book a flight. You're booking a flight here. I'm booking a flight there. You go to your place, and then I go to mine, and then there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Chris, are you saying that they are delicious blondies or they are delicious brownies? Which do you like? Yeah. Get on uppers. Let me know. Blondie or brownie?
Ooh.
Let us know.
Can we have both? Can we have a blondie brownie?
Yeah, I bet we could. Sometimes a blondie will work. Ooh, with also white chocolate chips. Tim says.
Okay. No, right. So, Renee is just drooling over here. Delicious. Renee, I don't know how you ever survived doing this segment because you just are just like
I'm a mess.
I give you snaps. You just keep on going here. Well, here we're about halfway through the show. I'm gonna just welcome you folks, if you've just joined us, if you're late running in, I am James Arthur M. This is Renee Culver. You are watching Get On Up right here on your Backchannel device. If you've never left us a review, there's still time. You can head on over to www.backchannel.tv and hit that leave a review button. Now, we do understand that there is some the technology for leaving a review is actually not as inclusive as we would like it to be for those who are visually impaired or not able to participate in that. We've given the note. We will get that updated because we want everyone to be able to leave reviews about how great you love this show here.
Yep.
And remember, stay is the magical word. Renee's been saying it. So if you want to participate in the conversation, like Otto, who just joined into the show, you can into your Echo device say, "I love blondies," as in the snack. Which is a little weird. If you just
or the
join
band.
show.
We can work that. Yeah, exactly. Not the preference of hair color.
Not that kind of show, right? Could you imagine? Who are we? Joe Rogan? I love blondies. Gross.
No.
I love brownies. Yes, I don't like. All right, this is weird if you're just joining in. It's a weird moment. I love blondies and love brownies. We were talking about snacks. We were talking about snacks and
treats.
treats.
I think they can use context clues. They're like, yeah, no, I can see you. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm cleanly aware that you were talking about snack treats, especially the lady.
We don't make assumptions here, Renee. We don't make assumptions. We don't make assumptions. All right. Okay. Well, it's Thriving Thursday as well. you're like, I thought it was Thirsty Thursday. Now it's Thriving. So it's Thriving Thursday, and we are going to share some news stories that we saw that are they're just thriving, and we want to share them with you.
Sure do.
Renee, should I go? I can go first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do you want to take the stage real quick, and then I'll
give me that stage.
Okay.
Give me that stage. Okay. All right, everybody. So my Thriving Thursday is, I believe that Black female Supreme Court nominees are having a moment. They are thriving right now for Thriving Thursday. So I want to put up a picture. Sarah, can we do the ensemble photo? Do we have the ensemble one that we have up there that has just all of the potential Supreme Court nominees? Those are just the individual ones. There should be one that has all of them. In a moment, we're going to find that photo. But I wanted to show like all of the amazing, there's 8 or 9 of them here in a moment. And this is really big. So in 233 years, who is it? Breyer just said that he was going to step down. So Joe Biden's going to appoint a new Supreme Court nominee. And in 233 years, we've never had a Black female Supreme Court justice. So, and some folks are saying, oh, but this isn't fair. What about white guys? You're not including them in the mix. This is unfair to them. Well, I will tell you this. Out of 115 Supreme Court justices that we've had, 108 of them have been white guys. And that's just a shoe with. Okay, there's looking for the photo there.
No, but honestly, Sarah, the timing of that was a white guy.
Oh man. But yeah, I would like to I love just seeing the photo of all of them. And here's the thing about the Supreme Court. Some people are saying, oh, it's cool. There we go. We have some of them here that we'll talk about in just a moment. But they're saying, oh, you don't want to consider the qualifications. Who's to say that are you saying these women are not qualified? Right? We're just saying, like, let's catch up. Let's make sure that the Supreme Court is representative of the United States, because it is a jury of your peers, right? Like, you would want to have a jury of your peers, and essentially the Supreme Court is like a tribunal that is a jury that is deciding on different things that are affecting everybody. And here's the thing, we all have subconscious bias. It's just ingrained in us. Our little lizard brains are wired to try to make quick snap decisions about things to keep us safe, because we're just going a mile a minute. And so unfortunately these subconscious biases are there, so everybody has them, and so you have to recognize you have them. So it's important to have a Supreme Court that will kind of be able to balance some of those blind sides there. There's a reason why we didn't clone me and just do get on up with Jam, because I have blind sides, and as Chris
I don't know,
said,
I think we can all agree that would have been great. But yes, Chris makes a good point.
Chris makes a great point. It's really important to have equal representation for all. Absolutely. And so some of the conservatives are already getting ready to attack whoever it's going to be. But I will say Black women are ready. So there's an organization that is already on the ready who's organizing right now. And they're like, yeah, we know that the Republicans are going to try to throw everything at this person. So Melanie Campbell, who's president of the National Coalition on Black Civic participation is helping to lead this charge. So helping to just prepare whoever these nominees might be, and also just put out the facts of like let's look at their record, right? Let's look at like who they actually are, and they are qualified, constantly cast aside. And so so they're ready to go, and I'm hearing stories about how hard it is for these women, who many of them are already judges, and just being getting to be a judge where they are, even getting confirmed where they are, had been like an uphill battle. Like someone's already assuming that you're not qualified enough, right? Like, and so you even relate, there's that quote, you have to work twice as hard to get half as much. That it happens that, Renee, I'm sure that you sometimes even feel that as a woman, that you're like, okay, I have to put it, or we sometimes won't necessarily go for things unless we're overly qualified for a position, right? There's those facts where there's just sometimes some people will just, I think I can do that. World built for me. So we're going to take a look at, and here's the thing, the focus should be whoever this person is. It should be on her judicial temperament. They take an oath of office, a sworn oath to be impartial, just like any other public servant. So we should really look at them and get away from this drama. And here's my thing. If Brett Kavanaugh can yell at everyone during a job interview and having some questionable conduct towards women in college, then anyone should be able to be confirmed. That's my theory. Yeah. Would you like to meet some of these ladies who might be
more? I would love nothing more. Yes, please.
How exciting for this to be happening as well during Black History, like the announcement of this like possibility. We're living in history. This should be exciting for everybody. Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of these here. So we've got Ketanji Brown. I think we have a photo of her. Ketanji Brown, possible Supreme Court Justice of the DC Circuit. That's Ketanji Brown. She's up for possibility here. She's currently one of the judges in the District of Columbia. She's 51 years old. So I only say that because they are weighing her, like the folks' age, because both sides do this. They try to pick the youngest judge ever because for whatever reason,
they want them to be on for the longest amount of time.
Which that needs to be corrected. Yeah. Nobody, I don't even think I should have a lifetime appointment for Get On Up host. Like, I'm going to need to get retired. Like, we
got to pass the baton. Yeah.
We get a job for life. That doesn't make sense for anybody. Wild. No one gets that. I thought we don't have it's like a monarchy. Get out of here. All right. Not you, Ketanji. So here's one that's fun from our state. Let's go to Leandra Kruger. So she is a California Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
45. Like and she's from California. I'm going to say I'm biased. Biased. She looks like my cousin.
Love it. Yeah.
Look at her doing it. She's very familiar with the Supreme Court because she's worked as a clerk for the late Justice John Paul Stevens. And she was also acting deputy solicitor general in the Obama administration. So as a solicitor general, she argued 12 cases for the Supreme Court representing the government. So she knows her way. It's really important. Like, she knows where the light switches are, right? Like, she's been there. She knows how things work. She's like, okay, I got this. I know how I'm doing it. So that's her from California. And then we have going to South Carolina. We're going to go to Judge J. Michelle Childs. There she is. With a no nonsense, like, you come into the Supreme Court and she's like, what are your facts? Yeah. What are your facts? And so she's from South Carolina. And I will say that there are even some of the people love their own state. Of course. So I forget what one of the senators from South Carolina is like. He's a Republican, but he's like, I like her. So maybe that might be the key to her confirmation.
Okay.
People like things that remind them of themselves. Sure. People are naturally narcissistic.
We're all very simple. We like what we know. Yeah.
That reminds me of me. So she's a judge on the South Carolina's federal court and is said to have she's got the backing of Majority Whip James Clyburn, who he'd be doing it over there. He helped actually rally the votes for Biden. And so we have her. She's a graduate of South Carolina School of Law. She does not have Ivy League pedigree that the other 8 of the 9 justices have, which I think is great. Don't we want diversity in opinions and backgrounds, right? So I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So she's 55. And again, I'm reading the ages because I think it's also going to weigh
it'll factor into the thing. Yeah.
We have time for a few more. Just a few more who might.
No, I'd love to see them all. Honestly, yes, please.
Right. I don't know if you had to go. There's something else to do. um, and then Doug threw out there Janice Joan Rogers. I'm actually not familiar with Janice Joan Rogers, but I think there's a few different names that have definitely been floating around. This one, I didn't. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is Wilhelmina Wright, also known as Mimi Wright. That's what her friends call her.
Mimi.
She's a judge on Minnesota's federal district court, and whose consideration would likely please Senator Amy Klobuchar, because people love their own state. So she's from
They sure do.
Minnesota.
They sure do. And that's okay. Yeah.
I don't know why, like, if people are like, she's gonna I vote in favor of Minnesota. Wink. Like, I don't.
Right.
Or people
Right.
just love rooting for their hometown hero. That's what it
Right.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
All right. We'll go to our next one here that we have. Is it going to be Sherilyn Eiffel? Do we have Sherilyn Eiffel? Sherilyn Eiffel, are you present?
Are you here?
Sherilyn?
Are you
Sherilyn?
come on up to the stage?
Let me
Cheryl?
tell you a little bit about Sherilyn Eiffel. She's a little bashful. She's a civil rights attorney who's recently announced plans to step down from her role as president and director of the Council of the NAACP Legal Defense Educational Fund, which we talked about on the podcast recently. So she's up there as well. Do we have her? What about Anita Earls? Doing a roll call for a substitute teacher.
I love it. I think this is
Sarah,
great.
do we have Anita Earls? Anita Earls. Okay, well you can Google her as well. Anita Earls, 61-year-old. There we go. Anita Earls. She's 61. So some people are saying this might hamper, but like, and this is a recent vote. I mean, y'all know black do not crack because this is 61. I can only hope. So she's a North Carolina Supreme Court Associate Justice, but people are saying it's not like she's too old, but it's for political reasons because our system is messed up. One, she's just absolutely. I personally feel I prefer it actually in some way, like a diversity of age, right? Like there should be some older folks on there and some younger people there.
Yeah.
And we want diverse perspectives because there are laws that are going to be affecting everybody.
Get those blind spots. Yeah.
So unconscious bias, we all got it. All right, I think we're at, maybe we'll do one more. Judge Candace Jackson Akiwamuni. Do we have her? Yeah. Or whoever you point up next, Sarah, I'll tell you about her. We'll do this last one. There's a few. There she is. All right, so she is. This is actually Judge Eunice Lee, former New York public defender, who Biden nominated to the Second Circuit on the recommendation of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. So these are some of the ones. There's a few. There's lots more. But yeah, so these are just some of the names that have been floating around. So just kind of really exciting to just see who they are, just hearing their stories. I love it, and it's just really exciting. One of them could be it, and you'll be like, I heard it first on Get On Up.
Come on. That's very exciting. Yeah. And I will. And I'll be like, oh, yes. No, I heard it first.
So I think that, black lady judges are thriving right now and about to have this really great moment. And I'm really excited for it. And it makes sense. Get them a spot. And that's what black women have been doing so much for this country as well for centuries. And it's good to have that. Representation matters. It matters. And I think the people who say that it doesn't, I question, when you look at places of power, do you see people that look like you? When you go to seats of table, do you see people that so of course you're like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't really matter, but that's your blind spot. So check your blind spot because you about to hit a car.
Incredibly helpful. No, this is so great. Speaking of blind spots and trying, do you want to hear who else is thriving? And by thriving, I'm going to take thriving and I'm going to squish it into trying. They're trying. Target is trying. Can I tell you what Target's getting into this month?
Tell me what they're getting into.
I'd love to tell you. Excuse me. I cover my mouth. So holding fast to the dream, how Target's celebrating Black History Month in 2022. So Target had this huge competition, this huge campaign to sort of uplift and amplify various Black artists that they are featuring in the store. So they've got a lot of really cool designs that are happening. You can go to the website, you can read more about it. But this year, Black History Month Month is all about the Black team members, designers, visionaries, and entrepreneurs behind our exclusive product assortment and latest in the Black Beyond Measure marketing campaign. So not only are we amplifying these artists, but I think they're also taking, you can see down at the bottom, these are the people that won the competition that they had. So they're selling their product, but they're also working through like every step. So like the design, the production, the marketing, how to do all of it so that everybody gets like the education of, oh, this is how you actually create a product line and have a successful sort of like from start to finish type of product. So Target's trying. They're trying.
I do. I think so. And you know who I think is thriving is the Black creators behind this. So that's actually really nice. And Renee, you're so, and I love this sort of, you know, mantra. No, what do you call it? Campaign slogan, mantra, moniker, motto, Black Beyond Measure. It kind of makes me think, especially being around a Black square. I think we've asked businesses and companies and people to do more than just post a Black square, right? Let's do a little bit more. And I've always thought, you know, Black history is absolutely American history. It's world history because Black people contributed and existed all over. And so same thing when we get to AAPI History Month in May or Women's History. It's a time to zero in and focus on folks who have been consistently cut out of the conversation or their contributions have been not appreciated over time. It's just a time to recommit to equity for this specific group of people. Shine that light. We can celebrate it all year long, support these businesses. Maybe this month, don't watch Friends, watch Living Single instead, because it actually came out first and they ripped off the idea from Friends off Living Single. Head of NBC at the time admitted as such. So, you know, just those little things.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Which is great. And then let's see. I've got one more that's just kind of like,
okay, because there's so much thriving. Renee, look at you, like we're just thriving right now.
Just a little bit more thriving. Just a little bit more thriving. And I want to explain why a coffee shoe came up.
I'm like, let's look at these Black, amazing Supreme Court justice coffee shoe.
What is happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening to any of us?
Renee, what's happening?
So I would love to tell you. I would love nothing more. So there is a company that's basically making shoes out of old coffee grounds, which is crazy. And that's it. It's just I'm so proud of all the sort of like sustainable efforts that are happening. But because if you get down to it, and we talked earlier about how this other company in Louisiana was trying to recycle glass down to find sand, and they were turning that into sandbags. Like essentially, when we go back to our resources that we make things out of, a lot of it comes into particles that you can recreate with other purpose things. So this company, this is based out of Sweden, is trying to create shoes out of coffee grounds, but they're waterproof and they're great and they're very comfortable and everybody loves them.
Well, I'm gonna have to. Stacey brings up a good point, and I'm kind of with Stacey on this one. Yuck. Stacey says that yuck. That's the worst kind of material. Not to yuck everyone's yum, but it does. Like, I guess I would need to wait and see how this works for a couple of years and a few rainstorms and see how people's feet fare. Just wonder sometimes if they're like, this is a great idea, and someone's shoes are melting because they're like, oh wait, these are just coffee grounds.
Fair. And to be completely fair, they're also made out of recycled plastic and bottles, and they're working on it. They're trying to figure it out, but it does seem to be a pretty effective process. Everybody who's wearing them already loves them, but I appreciate that you don't want to be the trial run for this.
I don't think, and I do want to just say, Chris, it looks like Chris just said that they're going to catch us, Jay and Renee on the flip side. Chris, it was so great to have you.
Chris, you were so helpful. Thank you so much for joining.
Today. We hope that you come on back. We'll be here the same time. I forget where you're in Wisconsin. That's Central Time, I think. So that's 9 to 11 for you. I don't know. Whatever you got came here.
We'll see you soon, Chris. We're so happy to have you here. We're so happy to have you here. So those are all
coffee shoes.
The things.
Let's circle back to these coffee shoes.
If we could, please.
Should we all start keeping our coffee grounds? Is that what that means?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I think we've found time and time again that hold on real quick. I'm in a tugboat. Goodness. Oh goodness. Oh
Tugboat
goodness.
just wants to be on the show.
Just wants to be part of
Tugboat just
something.
wants to be on the show.
Just wants to be
And
part of something.
have a wonderful day as well, Chris. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Tugboat is saying goodbye as well.
Goodbye.
So.
Yeah, Tugboat's also saying bye. Tugboat's also saying bye. I will see how I think he hears something outside.
Okay.
Really
All right. Well, no worries, because we're going to
get.
get to our Throwback Thursday, Rosa Parks. So we're going to
Yes.
switch gears
Yes,
here.
yes.
You go handle Tugboat. I'll take it from here. All right. So here we go. There it is. There's a picture of Miss Rosa Parks. It is Throwback Thursday. So I'm going to do some myth busting today as we tell the story of Rosa Parks. So you will think you know Rosa Parks, but I really think that y'all have no idea. So there's a lot of myths around her, and we're here Black History Month to do some myth busting here. So the first myth that I'm gonna bust here for you all is that she was the first. So she was the first person to do the sort of bus protests about, and so for those of you, hopefully to catch you up, remember Rosa Parks, refused to give her seat here's the story that people say. We'll see how much of it is true, or Mandela affected perhaps, or not remembered correctly. The story goes that people are like, oh yeah, she was this old woman and she refused. She was so tired after a days of work and she refused to give her seat up off a bus. So that's kind of the story that a lot of folks have heard, right? Is that what you've heard, Renee?
Yep, that's exactly what I've heard. Yeah, and I think I guess I hadn't really put much thought into how old I thought she was, but I would have put her older rather than younger.
Yep. So Sarah, let's go to a different picture, because even this picture is not accurate. That is not an accurate photo of Rosa Parks. I know it's in color, Sarah. Not an accurate photo. Even that one, that's her older. I know you, Sarah, you might need to, on the spot, Sarah, my recommendation is, can you find some black and white photos of her? No, let's go younger, Sarah. We're trying to myth bust Rosa Parks. So Sarah, why don't we take these photos down? I'll go ahead and tell you all some stories, and Sarah's going to whip up some pictures. Go ahead and find, I want to give snaps to our producer, Sarah, who's on a mission to find photos of folks in color. You never get to see photos of these folks in color. I don't know that pictures of Rosa Parks from when around this time are actually in color. So Sarah, you can find a picture of her with her mugshot. Let's just get those black and white photos of her. We'll find some of those, because I want to paint an accurate portrayal of who she was when this stuff was going on. Okay, so here we go. So the story, the first myth I said is that, a lot of people say that she was the first. No, she wasn't. She was not. There are actually many people who had done this as well. All right, yeah, we're just gonna go to Google. Look at there's that mug shot there of her.
Yeah.
That's about, all right. So that's the first one, is that she was the first. And Sarah, why don't we actually go ahead and we'll just go ahead and all right, perfect, great. So there's her on a bus. I don't know if that's the exact photo there. So she wasn't the first. We're going to talk about tomorrow. Our Black History Month moment will actually be Claudette Colvin, who had done a very similar protest. So we're going to hear about Claudette Colvin tomorrow, and to hear about how someone did the exact same thing, and in some ways Rosa Parks had even mentored, that they had worked together in some ways. So
oh wow.
The other myth is that she was some weary, old, just tired lady. She was just old and tired. Let's see, Sarah, can we even maybe put up that mugshot again? And we'll see how old and tired. She was 42. She was 42, everybody. So
Yeah.
no. And that's why I wanted to make sure we weren't just putting pictures of her as this older lady
Right.
up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, she was 42. She was like running around doing things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and see, there we go. There's her mugshot. Look at her. 42.
Look at that.
And
Yeah.
she's like this. Okay, here we go. And so she was also, here's the thing, a civil rights activist before her arrest. So she was a longtime member of the Montgomery chapter of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. So the NAACP joined, and she joined in 1943. And then maybe Sarah, I don't want to just put up her mugshot the entire time that we talk about her. So maybe like another photo of Rosa Parks there. Perfect. All right. And she was secretary of the local NAACP chapter until about 1956. And part of her duties included traveling across the state, interviewing victims of discrimination and witness to lynchings, and reporting back to her team. So she was very much in the trenches doing stuff. And then her political activism continued through the boycott and the rest of her life. And here's the thing, we will say this. She was also, she was young, cute, light skinned, and so she was the prime candidate to make the face of the bus boycott. That they were waiting for someone to really be the face of it. And so when this situation happened with her, they're like, oh, yep, she's young, she's cute, light skinned. We'll make her the poster child there.
Right.
So they're like, she's perfect. And she was tired of giving in. We'll say that she was tired of giving in. You can like and subscribe to this article here as well. Here we go. So she finished high school at a time that was actually really rare. She received her diploma in 1933, making her part of the mere 7% of Black Americans at the time that had earned this distinction. 1933, that was like Depression times.
Yeah.
That was Depression times.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another myth that she planned it. People were like, oh, this was, she was part of this planned protest. I mentioned she had like she was doing activism work. So there's some people on the other side. Some people are like, oh, she was old and tired. People are like, no, she planned it. They knew this was going to happen. Absolutely not. Yes, she worked for the NAACP, but again, they were looking for the NAACP was looking for a lead plaintiff to really test Jim Crow laws. But she did not plan this. So prior to her encounter with James Blake, who was the bus driver that demanded that she vacate her seat, prior to this, in 1943, Blake had thrown her off of the bus because she refused to re-enter the vehicle from the back door after paying her fare at the front. That was like common practice. You pay there, and then like, great, now walk to the back and go back then. He told her to exit and re-enter through the back doors. That was a rule. And instead of waiting for her to get back in, he drove away. He drove off. She was like, fine. Like they, had a kerfuffle, and she had paid her fare. He drove off.
So they had a beef.
They had a beef. And so Rosa was like, oh, I never want to be on this man's bus ever again. So then 10 years later, and she used to always check to make sure if he was driving the bus, she wouldn't get on that bus. And so on this particular day, she didn't notice it was him. Her mind's probably preoccupied with activism stuff. She's getting
also 10 years later, a person like that probably ages poorly.
Yeah. With all that hate and venom. And so her mind was preoccupied. Remember, she's also taking in these stories of these people who are, survived witnessing lynchings or other terrible things, and so she didn't notice. And she said in her memoir, she said, if I had been paying attention, I wouldn't have even gotten on that bus. And so she gets on the bus, and Blake is the one that called the police on her. And then here's the thing. Calls the police on her, refuses to drive the bus, making everybody late. Black, white, everybody. And see, this is the thing. Racism hurts everyone. Everybody. Everybody. This is like when, Dorothy Dandridge, she, this, big actress, big Hollywood actress. She's, nominated for Academy Awards. She is performing at this Las Vegas nightclub. There's a pool, and they're like, oh, you can't be in the pool. You can't go in the pool. She dips she's like in defiance because she's so upset. She's an Academy Award nominated actress. She's performing at that very venue. She dips her toe in the pool. They drain the pool. Yep. I am shushing you. Absolutely. Yes. I know. Drain the pool. So now nobody gets to swim. So it's just this thing, like racism hurts everybody because you also have to be so angry inside. Like, oh, I'm angry. You're holding on to that. And again, it's like you drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. Like nobody benefits from that. Yeah. Oh, bye, Adam. Thank you for jumping in here. And a big welcome to, we've got some folks as we're talking about Rosa Parks today. Jenny, Johnson, Iran. Hello. Welcome. So there's another myth that Rosa Parks was just sitting in a whites only section. You probably heard that, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it wild how like there's just
Yeah, this is wild. I also had never heard about the beef with the bus driver. I didn't know this was all Blake's fault. Blake.
Yes.
Ugh,
Yeah. Yep.
gross.
So there's the people like, oh, she was sitting in the hello, Stacy. I know we know you still hear Stacy.
We love it. Stacy's our girl.
Love you, Stacy.
Yep.
Love you. So no, she was actually sitting in the front row of a middle section of the bus that was actually open to African Americans if a seat was vacant. So she was actually sitting right where she was allowed to sit.
So why call the police? What was the whole reason for this?
I mean, venom in his heart. And here's the deal: after the whites only section filled on subsequent stops, and a white man was left standing, then the driver demanded that Parks and 3 others in the row leave their seats. So she was sitting in an area that she was allowed to if there was no other whites, but there was a white man who was standing, and this woman needed to give up her seat. So the other 3 eventually moved, but Parks was like, okay, no, I'm just not. Yeah. I'm not doing it today. So that she was absolutely defiant. And so there's also, some might think like that was the last thing she did. She never did anything in terms of civil rights. Like she rode off into the sunset. That was it. No, absolutely not. Weeks after her protest, so she was jailed. We've seen her mugshot. She was jailed a second time for her role in the boycott. She was also on the executive board of directors of the group organizing the Montgomery bus boycott. She also worked as a dispatcher for the carpool rides because the Black folks and their allies were not riding the bus at that time, so they were doing carpools. So she was like, okay, go pick up Josie over here. Okay, don't forget to go get Renee over here, because Renee, I know you're like, you wouldn't be taking the bus, you'd be right there with us. See?
Yeah.
And then on February 21st, 1956, a grand jury handed down indictments against Parks and dozens of others for violating a state law against organized boycotting. It was wild. Like, how do you make boycotting illegal? You better take that bus that is going to be mean to you and make you stand or sit in the back. Like, don't you take those cars. Oh, boy. And so she and 114 others were also arrested, and the New York Times ran a front page photograph of Parks being fingerprinted by the police. I think there is that photo there. And this is where you get the famous photo of her being fingerprinted that I think you can Google, you can see that one. And then less than a year later, after 381 days of the boycott, the Supreme Court deemed the city's segregated buses illegal. And so, really they are like, historians are like, oh, okay, Rosa, you really kicked off this whole thing. But tomorrow we're going to learn about Claudette Colvin, who actually really did this even before Rosa Parks did, that you never hear about Claudette Colvin. So we'll talk about her tomorrow. But Rosa was also forced to move from Montgomery soon after because you can just, she had to get out of that town. She lost her department store job. And her husband quit his job after being told that there could be no discussion of the boycott or his wife at the workplace. And he's got this famous wife who's doing all this stuff. So they're like, about this.
Yeah.
She received threatening phone calls, death threats. I mean, there's one thing that humans love, it's death threats. I mean,
we love it.
Even Jamie Lynn Spears received them when she wrote that book. I mean, what she shouldn't have written that book. Her book, Things I Should Have Said, or Things I Should Have Said to My Sister privately is what the book should have been called. And then So then Rosa, in 1957, she, along with her husband and mother, moved to Detroit. And she eventually worked as an administrative aide for Congressman John Conyers Jr. And so she worked with helping find housing for unhoused people, as well as serving on the board of Planned Parenthood. So she, don't hear about a lot of the other stuff she was doing as well. She even filed a lawsuit against hip hop group Outkast after they released a song titled Rosa Parks.
Good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, because I don't know if you remember this song. The chorus is, hush that fuss. Everybody move to the back of the bus. It's just like, wait, hold on. No. That's not what I was saying. No.
Oh,
It's kind of like, right? Learn your history. It's inappropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Outkast even fought back to Rosa Parks saying free speech. I know. So just apologizing.
Oh my God.
I know.
Okay.
So
All
they
right.
settled that in 2005 with the group agreeing to work with Rosa Parks and the Raymond Parks Institute to help develop educational programs to inspire today's youth. So I do love the sort of it all came together. And then last little thing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. She's the founder of Wait, what? Sorry. I have to reread this. She's the founder of Little Caesars paid Rosa Parks rent. Oh, here's what it is. The founder of Little Caesars paid Rosa Parks' rent for years.
I love that.
Go
I
order
love that.
yourself
Okay, I guess,
some
yeah, get some
Little
crazy bread.
Caesars.
Absolutely. I will now.
Pizza, Rosa. So here's what happened. After
Yes.
surviving a robbery and an assault in her Detroit apartment in 1984, she needed a new place to live. And so Mike Each, the founder of Little Caesars, heard and he was like, listen, I'm going to cover your rent for as long as needed. So he and his wife, Marianne, ended up paying for Rosa Parks to live in her safer apartment until her death in 2005 at the age of 92.
Come on. That's
Yep.
amazing.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
And she is the
we
first
learned a lot.
woman to lie in honor at the U.S. Capitol.
Huh. Look at that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm curious, get on uppers. Did I blow your mind? Did you learn anything new about Rosa Parks? You can into your device say, I didn't know that. Say, I learned something new. Yeah. Did you know anything about, did you know that? A lot of that stuff?
No, most of that I didn't know. And it's so, I mean, it is for a different day, a longer conversation, but why? Why not just lead with the story? Tell me the story. This is, I think the actual story makes it so much more clear. Just like, see what one beef can do.
Yeah. Well, and two, I think what's so interesting is that, like, I feel like Rosa Parks is one of the people that we hit every month for Black History Month in school. And what did we learn then? It was like tidbits of not truth, like tidbits of quarter truths of like a little bit of the story, but not
the whole thing. But not the whole thing. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, well, but no, I'm glad to know it now. I'm gonna go learn more.
There we go. There is a movie with Angela Bassett where she plays Rosa Parks. I've not seen it myself, but it's on my list. All right.
Yeah, let's all do that. We'll put that for our weekend watches.
Weekend watches. Look at you, Renee. You know we love a little racing. Yeah. All right, we're going to switch gears and we're going to play this or that. So Renee and I are going to give you scenarios. It could be from real life. It could be from made up. It could be from movies or TV shows that you've seen. And you all are going to have to decide, what would you do? This or that. Renee, do you want to kick us off with our first this or that? And so easy. Into your device, you just say this or you say that. Super easy.
You say that easy peasy. Yeah, and you guys, you know I love my snack treats. So we're gonna start super easy. Jam, remind me, it wasn't Hostess it was Little Debbie, right? Little Debbie's now going into ice cream. Over the moon about it. I'm over the moon about it. No, so it's just a simple, like, now I have to go to the grocery store and I have a choice ahead of me of which flavor will I take. So of the Little Debbie's, I liked the Swiss roll and I liked the honey bun. And I don't know. I feel like I'm going to lean towards the honey bun ice cream. Maybe I'm going to go towards the Swiss roll. I don't know. So this or that. Get on uppers. I need you to help me decide. This or that. Which would you go with? Honey roll?
Which one is the this?
The Swiss roll is this. So that's the chocolate and frosting. And the honey bun is that, which is going to be like,
Oh,
this going honey bun.
Welcome, Aaron. Welcome, Archie. Yep. And Doug came in with this, and this is the chocolate roll.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to look at me and Stacey, call us twins, because I'm going with the honey bun as well. I can't stop at a honey buns are so delicious. When I get married, there will be a tray of honey buns, and I want them still in their little plastic wrapping. So that's part of the fun. Part of the fun.
Of course.
Individually wrapped, also COVID safe, right?
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Individually wrapped honey bun.
You're right. Okay. Honey bun it is. I was leaning towards honey bun, so I'm happy to hear it. This is great. So Doug, just kick us off.
Doug doubled down on the this. Doug said this. He was like, this, just so you know.
This roll is what you're getting.
So you know. Okay. Yeah, going with that. All right. Okay.
All right. So that's how you play the game. This or that. Got it. Now,
got us all. You got us all warmed up. You got us all warmed up. Okay. All right. Here we go. Your best friend and co-host leaves you in the middle of a show. You do this. Keep going. You're a professional. Who needs them? You got this. Or that. Panic, freak out, cry.
Did this happen? Did I leave you in the middle of a show?
No,
No.
this is actually from
But-
Wayne's World. What happens is, remember I did the
Oh,
Wayne's World
okay.
rewatch a while back.
Yeah.
So Wayne leaves Garth in the middle of the show that they're doing on their first big studio show.
Sure.
And because so he leaves them and he's like, I can handle this, and he totally can't.
Yeah.
But it does remind me of every time you're like, I'll be right back, and I'm like, I do have a little mini freak out.
Right. A little freak out. Yeah.
Doug
Do you cry or do you cover?
Doug is and Aaron said this is an amazing question. I don't know if Aaron you're leading towards this or that, but let us know. Doug is on this. After the professional.
So
Doug.
This is stay professional. That
you're
is
professional. Who needs them? You got
cry,
this.
leave, freak out.
Leave you in the middle of the show. You're on air. You're live, and they leave.
Yeah. Well, and this will sort of indicate my next question. I'm not good at scene making. I'm not great at making a scene. So I'll almost, you will know. I will panic like nobody's business on the inside. But I think I carry on. I think I carry on. Yeah.
Aaron also says, I don't think you have a choice. You just have to find out what you're made of in that moment.
When Aaron's right. They're right, Aaron. When you're right, you're right. It is so true. It's so true to be like, huh.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. On par with that, the exact same. So this was highlighted most prominently for me in Legally Blonde, but it happens over and over and over and over again. A trope in romantic comedies of somebody breaks up with somebody in a restaurant in the hopes that they won't make a scene. And inevitably in TV and movies, they make a scene. It is such a big deal. Everyone in the restaurant knows there's crying, there's screaming, there's accusations, there's storming out of the restaurant. I am so curious. I would quietly leave. I would get up and I would very quietly leave. But I'm so curious. What would you do? So let's go with it's an engagement.
Okay.
Or, no. Yes. Okay. Let's go with
you're engaged.
Let's go with you've been dating for 3 years, so you're not engaged yet. Been dating for 3 years. You think this dinner is the proposal. You think they're going to propose at the dinner,
and it's your birthday.
And it's your birthday. And it's Christmas morning.
And you just lost your job, but you're like, at least I have my boo. I have my boo.
Oof, we're really stacking the deck here. So you think you're about to get proposed to, but instead they break up with you. Do you walk out quietly without a scene? Do you throw the tantrum of the century?
It's hard about this. I'm so curious, Get on Uppers, if you're gonna do this or that. What is it? The tantrum is so much more fun to get to do, and you get that like release of energy. This is such a baller move, and Doug is coming in with this. It's such a baller move because you just don't even say anything and you just leave.
Yep,
it's pretty baller.
Yeah. It's curious. I guess it's curious. But what sincerely, in true sincerity,
I gotta tell you, I think you would do that. I think you would.
Think do that?
I think you would. Because you're also an artist and you're very tapped in, I would say, to your emotions and your feelings.
True. That's true. But
Stacey left quietly. Y'all are bigger people than me.
I have a slightly real life scenario that I was once told that my partner had, and how do I make this appropriate for morning? And let's go with this. This happened in high school. So I was once told that my high school sweetheart kissed another person. And all I said was, hold on. And then I got up and I left and I went and kissed someone else so that it was even. And then we came back and finished the conversation.
No way, Renee. Look at you.
Well, I've made it more simple. I've made it more simple than what actually happened. But I'm we're going to even the score immediately.
Dang. Yeah. It's so interesting. I wonder, I need to see your star chart because I feel like that is like, there's some Aries in you. There's some Taurine.
Scorpio. I'm a lot of Scorpio in me. So very loyal, but.
Stacey's coming in with the real advice. Renee, you
Yeah.
should never go and kiss another person,
You're right,
Renee. But
Stacey.
that
You're
was
right,
young Renee.
Stacey.
That was high
Yes.
school Renee.
Yes.
Petty.
Yes. Yes.
Vicious.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right that it's hard to know what to actually do, but I'd like to believe that now I just don't tolerate bad behavior. So as soon as you act up, I leave.
Renee's out. Renee's out. Well, I feel like Renee's putting me on notice, so I will stiffen up. I'm out. You just walk right. You don't even turn your camera off. You just I'm out and leave. Just
Okay. See?
with the spinning chair. I'm like,
The spinning chair is what did it. The spinning
chair. I know comedy.
Oopsies. But sincerely, which do you think you would do? I feel like you wouldn't make a scene.
I'm throwing a scene. I'm not leaving quietly, but it's gonna do this. I'm gonna do like are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Today I'm gonna do like one of those loud whispers. Sure. I need a drink. Excuse me, waiter. Yeah. I'm gonna talk really loud, but like I'm really calm. Oh yeah, no. My boyfriend here, who I thought was gonna propose, they're not gonna propose to me. Can you believe that? Hey, over there. Yeah, I won't gonna throw anything. I love it. Talk really loud.
Yeah.
Because I have to talk my feelings out loud. That's what I do to process. So I'm doing that. I'm not gonna be quiet.
All right. Okay. All right. I support it. I respect it.
All right. I got one for you. Here you go. I'm going to take you all on a journey. Okay. All right. This or that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right. You and your partner of many years are having an amazing life. You own a casino. You have a nonprofit organization that's like, helping out people in need, especially folks who have drug addictions. And you dabble in politics because how do you have this amazing life? Well, you are money launderers for a drug cartel. When it comes to your kids, what do you do? Keep this a secret from your kids. No sense on bringing them into this madness or that. Listen, this is the family business. They need to be involved. Everyone's on the same boat. You like these nice houses, these nice things. How do you think this happens? If we all go down, we're all going down together.
Is this a movie premise? This is so specific.
Just a typical situation and scenario.
So a couple with a casino who dabbles in politics, but also money laundering. Okay.
This is Ozarks. This is essentially the premise of Ozarks.
Okay.
So you and your partner are money launderers. You have a very nice life. You're money launderers. For a drug cartel. When it comes to your kids, what do you do? Keep it a secret from them. They don't need to know. Kids just gonna be kids, or that. It's a family business. Everyone's got to know and be involved.
Oh, it depends on how savvy these kids are.
They're savvy kids?
Okay, then savvy. You bring them in. Yeah. You bring them in. You let them know, especially because you're gonna need their help.
Dang, and Renee, love your practical sort of thinking. Anybody else get on up first? I'm curious. What are you gonna do?
Tell the kids you're part of a drug cartel or not?
Well, you've been money laundering.
Okay.
Doug went with that as well. Doug went with you on that as well. Bring them in. You got to bring them in.
Well, because they're savvy. If they're not savvy, you protect them. But if they're savvy, they're gonna figure it out anyway.
It's also it's gonna bring the family closer together. It is the family business. This is what you've got yourself into. So and it would be so hard to also keep this a secret from them. Secret identities, it's very hard. You're working with a drug cartel and all these other illegal things. One less thing I have to worry about. So I would go with that as well. And that's actually what they did very early on in Ozarks. Like they just tell the kids, listen, this is what's happening. And you're
How'd the
all
kids
involved
take
in
it? Did they handle it okay?
Kids over the 4 seasons, they get involved.
Heyo.
Yeah.
How can you compare for me how suspenseful is Ozark compared to Breaking Bad? Because I want to watch.
Comparatively, Breaking Bad suspense because Ozark is also on the scale. So Breaking Bad is going to be like a 7-8, and Ozark is at a 16. It's Renee, I can't. I have to.
handle.
I
I can't
walk
handle it.
around. It's
Yeah.
because anything can
Can't
happen at
handle
any moment. Because it does happen. Like people can just get randomly just like
Right.
shot, killed, like, and it will come in a. You won't even see it coming. There's a
No.
certain character named Darlene who Renee's sitting back. Renee, the
No.
show's not on right now.
No.
It's
It's too
such a good
scary.
show. Here, it's better than Breaking Bad. I'm gonna say it. Hot take.
Yeah.
I like it more than Breaking Bad because there's so many strong women characters in it. The women are well written. There's lots of female
Right.
characters on it. They're
Okay.
actually some of the most bad booty and just I
Yeah.
can't yeah.
That's fair.
They're
Yeah.
like the bad mama jammas. They're like the baddest
Right.
in the bunch. One of them, Darlene, is the most terrifying. Every time she's on a scene, my body tenses up.
Just tense.
I sometimes watch the show standing and walking around. I've gotten
Wow.
to the point where I'm so scared that I will fast forward a little bit and you can see
Yeah.
the like little image to
Yeah.
see.
Oh, no,
I'm like,
absolutely.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. She blew off that person's head. Great. Okay, now I know that's coming. Like,
Yeah.
and it'll just happen at different moments and things like that. I love it. It's terrifying. I don't know if you can do it. It's such a good show though. It is really good.
do, because at this point they should have like episode synopsis, right? Like if you just tell me everything that's happening in the episode.
Because
Okay.
it is the ride that they go on, and the stakes. Here's the thing about the writing so good. The stakes are so high all the time in
Right.
Ozark. So
Okay.
high. Like they'll be like, this woman. They'll be like a pregnant woman, and they're just like, what's gonna happen? Because the last pregnant lady on the show did not fare too well, and the stakes are just so high, right? Like at any moment,
Okay.
you just never know what's gonna happen.
I want to do it, but this does sound like a lot of work. So I'm gonna have to read and then watch and then read and then watch.
Read and then watch because the journeys are good, and also like the female characters, like Laura Linney, who is in it. So it's Jason Bateman, Laura Linney.
Right.
She's so baller in this show and so tough. Like they're such equals, and in fact, I think she's even more baller than him.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
It's so great. Yeah.
All right.
So,
okay.
all
Okay.
right.
Well, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll find the episode synopsis and then I'll watch it every morning at 9 a.m. So there's broad daylight.
And you have your whole day ahead of you.
Whole day ahead to cleanse the palate. Okay. Great. That's not sure. I'm going to go straight to work, but I got a plan in place. All right. Is that your last this or that?
I have another one, but I can acquiesce to you. I can save it for. Did you have another this or that?
No, let's do it. Let's do one more.
Okay. Last one. Okay. So here you go. You see an ad, Sarah. We're gonna use that eHarmony image. So you see an ad for eHarmony featuring an interracial gay couple enjoying a piece of toast.
Great.
You do this. Think, oh, that's cute. Go on about your business. Maybe even get a piece of toast yourself because it looks so yummy. Or you try eHarmony, or maybe you don't. But ultimately, you just go on about your life and your business. That's the this.
Okay.
That, get enraged and immediately join 1 million moms, which is actually more like a couple of 100,000. But you begin an online campaign raging against the culture war, against that gay agenda machine.
Oh my God. Who did that?
Which one are you going with?
Obviously this. We're all doing this. Everybody's like, oh, that sounds great. Toast is delicious. This is great. Good job, eHarmony. Because I think eHarmony might not have a great past of being supportive in proper ways.
Yeah.
So yeah, great. Good job, eHarmony. And you move on along. Who didn't do that, Jam? I need to know.
Well, there's the 1 million moms. They were disgusted. They have an online petition. They're like, oh, this site's attempting to normalize and glorify the LGBTQ lifestyle by featuring a homosexual couple. Huh? What?
Sorry, aren't 1 million moms against violence? What are they mad about now?
No, that's mad. I think that's no. The 1 million moms are a very, very conservative U.S. based right wing, supposedly Christian, but they don't really seem like having a lot of love in their hearts because it's really about like grew up in a Christian household. It's about love and acceptance of all. But yeah, they are very like anti-LGBTQ. You're thinking like Mothers Against Drunk Driving, something like that. But yeah, they're like, oh, they're just trying to feature this couple hugging and feeding each other and wiping each other's mouth and promoting the same-sex relationships. They want to make it clear where they stand on this controversial topic instead of remaining neutral in this culture war. They're like, and then they talk about like, what about the children? Well, some of your children are probably gay. Like that's just
guaranteed.
And them being themselves is going to help them survive and not, the highest rate of teen suicide is still amongst queer children and youth because they're not being fully loved and accepted for who they are. So you should be really writing a letter against yourself. 1 million moms.
Yeah.
1 million letters to yourself.
The best burn, though, is you're just like 1 million moms who's actually like 80,000.
They've done the count. There's not actually a million of them.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like
great.
Sabrina and Kathy and maybe Cynthia, but sometimes Cynthia's like, I can't really get down
I
with that,
don't
you
know
know?
if I support that. How
And
ridiculous.
Doug's
I'm so
doing
sorry to
that
hear
as well.
something.
Doug's doing this, just going on about your life. Doug, we appreciate, of course, we appreciate you. That's what people should do. Go live your life. Go do you. Go do you.
Yay. All right. Well, this.
All right. Well, Renee, we're going to close out with a quick thriving out the week. Get on uppers. You've made it to Thursday. Our last quick check-in, check out, actually. How have you been thriving out the week? What's thriving in your life? What have you been like, oh, I accomplished this. I feel like I am thriving. You can say into your device, I'm thriving by doing my signature dance move, whatever it is. Renee, how are you thriving?
Yes, I'm thriving 100% because of you, my sweet, sweet Jam. You gave me the advice. So we start the show early. So you have to get up at 5 to get here at 7. And then I've been working late. And then I have been miserable during the day. And so Jam was just like, take a nap. Take a quick power nap. That's it. That's what I do, and it works. And I did, and I love it. So I am thriving by napping. Just quick 20-minute nap, but saved me yesterday. It was great. It helped so much. Thank you. Yeah.
Yay. The little power naps. I recommend just set your timer for 20 minutes. Even if you're like, oh, I don't need it, just lay down. Even just rest. You'll probably nod off for a few minutes. Anything more than 20 minutes, your body actually has difficulty time wants to try to go back to sleep. Yeah. So try not to do like a 2-hour nap because it's just gonna make you, it'll ruin. Yeah. Just quick little power nap.
Quick little power nap, 20 minutes. Smart. Yeah.
I am actually having a really great thriving week. On Sunday, I said weeks ago, and I got to thank you, Get on Uppers. I'm thriving because of you, because I made the commitment a few weeks ago on our Forget It Friday. What are we leaving in Friday? I said I'm going to stop being okay with not asking for my wants and my needs to be met. And I've been doing this. And specifically, I had with my brother, we were not getting along for years, actually. And it just hit a breaking point. And we had a conversation. I expressed my needs, my wants, my feelings, and it was beautiful. He apologized, he listened, and so it was I didn't realize what a weight I had been carrying on for years. I've got a skip in my step, so much so that when I went to the gym, some guy hit on me and asked me for my number and wants to go hiking with me this weekend. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Talk about this. I don't know.
I love it. I think you should. You should go. You should go. It's fun. It's fun.
It's very cute. Cool. Get on uppers. Well, we know that you are thriving as well. Again, feel free to share. But we're gonna close out shop here. That's it for today. We are gonna be back here tomorrow from 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific time, whatever that translates to. So what is that? Mountain time. It's 8 to, why am I gonna do this to myself? 8 to 10. I'm already there. I gotta commit.
9 to 11
time. That is 11 to 1. Am I doing this right? This feels
I think
wrong.
9 to 11 is your central time, and then Eastern time is 10 to 12. We got it. Easy peasy. Math is hard.
It's hard. It's hard. But tomorrow we got an action-packed day for you all as well. It is Friday. And we miss you on the Fridays, Stacey, but we're always so glad to be able to have you when we can. But tomorrow's gonna be great. It's Fun Friday. We're talking about our weekend plans. You already got to taste a little bit of what mine is. Another celebrity birthday quiz that Renee loves all so much. Our Black History Month moment. We're going to do a flashback Friday, getting to know each other. Renee's highlights from the week. Renee's highlight reel. If you missed anything, she's been taking copious notes. Things that you need to know. We've got our game show Fact Friday with Jam, You Lion. I got some facts that might be a lie. They might be a truth, and you're going to find on out. And then we'll close out with some gratitude, what we're leaving behind in this week. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. It's going to be good.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We love it. Get on uppers. We've had such a good time with you this week. We're excited to see you again tomorrow. Stacey, we know Fridays are tricky, but we're excited to see the rest of you here tomorrow. Jam, should we let them get on to their morning?
Yeah, well, and
You know?
stick around because there's more coming at you. Like Cleopatra, right after us, it's the Anthony Davis show. Then after that, it's My Pal Hal, and then closing out the amazing programming of Backchannel, it is The Drive with Mario Smith. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, head on over to www.backchannel.tv, smash that leave a review button, tell them how much you love Get On Up with Jam and Renee, and any other feedback you have. Feedback's a gift. We want to hear it. And a big, huge shout out and thanks to our amazing producer, Sarah Brown, working behind the
Yeah.
scenes. We love you so much.
We love
You're
you,
just
Sarah.
killing it. You're crushing it. And thank you to Amanda, Deborah, Verona, Sunny, Bella, Doug, Nathan, and sometimes C, Jennifer Lopez in New York, Cole, Stacy, Aaron, Adrian. Thank you so much for watching Get On Up. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee Colbert, and you just
got
on
on up. You did it. You did it.